Hello guys, how are you doing today? So today is our first project together, and as you can see, I finished the architectural view of our project. So this building can be used as high school building, and this building is concrete building. It's 4 stories building, right? So our task for today is to analyze the inner structure of this building, and our slab is supposed to look like this, right? The big points in black, the big square in black here, it represents columns, and the lines, the beams, right? And the length, I mean the distance, as you can see here, the distance in x direction, or the distance that's symmetrical, right? And it's half L1. So L1 is 6, and the half of L1 is 3 meters, right? And the L2 is 2.7, right? So we're gonna use our software. We're gonna use Robot Structural Analysis 2024 version software to analyze this building, right? So let's start. All right, guys. Okay. So here we are. First of all, you have to start a new project, right? In building design, right? And the second step after that, you have to set up the unit. You have to select the unit. I'm gonna use a mirror in everywhere, metric unit, right? For the dimension, I'm gonna use mirrors, right? And yeah, and for my forces, what I'm gonna use is kilonewton. For the moments, the moment is force times length, right? For the force, I'm gonna use kilonewton, and for the length, I'm gonna use mirror, right? And for the stress, I'm gonna use force equals to kilonewton, and area equals to meter square, right? And then I'm gonna validate all of them, right? And then next we have to define the axis. Come here, axis definition, press there, and in x direction, y direction, z direction, you have to define the axis. So in x direction, the distance that I'm gonna take, I told you, is 3, right? And how many times should I repeat all of those distance? Is 9 times, right? 9 times, and then add it. All right. As you can see, we have extra distance. We have to delete it because I just need 9. I don't need 10. This I can just press on 10 and then delete. And for the numbering, I can just take the 1, 2, 3, right? And for the y direction, I'm gonna do the same. But for y direction, we have two different category of distance, right? We have the L1 equals to 6, right? And how many times should I repeat it? Only one time. And then add. And we also have in the middle, we also have the small length. The shortest length is 2.7. How many times should I repeat it? Only one time. Add. And at the bottom, we also have the L2, right? 6 meter, and then I can add them, right? And after that, I can change the numbering to ABC alphabet. And then for the z direction, right? For the first floor, I'm gonna take 4 points. The height is 4.5 meter. Only repeat once. I'm gonna add. And for the other floor, like the second, the third, until fourth, 1, 2, 3, right? I'm gonna take 3 meters, right? I'm gonna add them, and for the numbering, I'm gonna take the value, right? So this is how, and then I can apply, and this is how our axis look like, right? And the next one, we have to define the columns, right? You have to design the columns. Press on columns here, and the section type, I'm gonna use I told you, the reference concrete columns, and for the section, press in here to change the dimension according to your project. My project, the width of my columns is 0.6, and the height of my columns is also 0.6, right? And the shape that I'm gonna use BH, this shape, the first shape. So I'm gonna use 0.6 meters, and the height also is 0.6 meters. And then I can just press add, and then I can close it, right? So our column supposed to be added in the intersection here for every line here, each line here. So come here, make sure that the height starts from 4.5, and then put the mouse in here, beginning, and then press on the intersection, the first line only. I'm gonna show you how to just make sure it's in the middle, right? Yeah. All right, until the end. Okay, and then come back here, copy everything, all right, and come here, edit, and then move and copy. So what I'm gonna copy it in y direction. X direction is 0, no copy. 0 means no copy. And y direction, I'm gonna copy it in L1. L1 equals to 6, but it's going down, so it's -6, right? And Z direction is 0, right? So how many times should I repeat it? Only one, and it's copied, right? It has been copied, right? And then here I'm gonna select here. I'm gonna do the same process, and X direction is 0, Y direction is L1, I mean L2. L2 equals to 2.7, but it's negative 2.7, and Z direction is 0, and execute it, and repeat the same process for the last line. Add everything, move, and Z direction, X direction is 0, Y direction is -6, and Z direction is 0, and then execute and then close. So this is how you create the columns. And if you see how the columns look like, just go to change the view, and you can see this is how the column look like, right? And to put the beam, to design the beam, just come here, the first here, press on beam, and also can modify the beam according to your work. I'm gonna use RC beam, the reference concrete beam, and the section that I'm gonna use is, the height is 0.5 and the width is 0.25, right? And the shape, I'm going to the same shape as the column, right? So the width is 0.25 and the height is 0.5, right? And add, right? And I'm gonna close, and the beginning, just press on the beginning, right? So just press the first column and the end and the last column, right? You have created a beam for all of these columns, and do the same, right? Yeah, this is how to create the horizontal beam. And vertical beam, just do the same again, the first column and the last column, and repeat until the end, right? Just make sure it's in the middle, right? Yeah, just do the same, and all right. All right, so you have finished, and then you just close everything, and then this is how you create a slab, the first story building. And to see how it looks like, just change the view. This is how it looks like, but you have to make sure that the section, they are really aligned on each other properly. So just came here, section shape, and then you can see our shape, our slab, right? And this one here, that the supports, that the foundation to support the columns, right? And these are the columns, these are the beam, right? So I'm gonna show you how to modify the stories in the next videos. See you in the next one, and like and share. Bye bye.